I'm Clementine de Boer, and this is Board Deck and Dice. Today we are looking at a small game from Oink Games called Deep Sea Adventure, or as my copy is called, Tief Sea Bent Tower. Deep Sea Adventure is a push your luck game for 2 to 6 players, although I'd recommend playing with a baseline of 3 players. You will each choose a colour meeple, and the idea is you are going down the ocean. You can set it up however you like. I've set it up for space. You're diving into the ocean, and the deeper you go, the more valuable treasure you can get. The snag is that you are sharing the same air. To move, you use 2 dice, which only go 1 to 3, so the lowest you can roll is 2, and the highest is 6. So you'll roll on your go, and you'll move that amount of spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you will choose whether to pick up that treasure or not. If you pick up a treasure, you replace it with one of these ruins squares. You take it and place it in front of you, but you don't look at the value just yet. The values of the treasure range from 0 to 3 on level 1, from 4 to 7 on level 2, 8 to 11 on level 3, and 12 to 15 on level 4. So it is well worth getting down to the deeper levels. In this case, on the first go, I will decide not to pick up. Say the next player rolls a 4. They do not count any spaces where players are. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. The next player may end up there, and this player rolls us 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've got down deeper by proxy of having spaces taken in front of them. Now, let's say they pick up this square. They decide to remove it in front of them. They put one of these down, and these are simply a way of tracking over around whether a treasure's been taken or not. And if someone lands on those coming back up, they can actually swap one of the treasures they're carrying with that to make it closer to the top. Why would they want to do this, risking someone else stealing it? Well, because once someone has taken a treasure, 2 things will happen. Every time they start their go again, their timer will move by how many, the air counter will move by how many treasures they have. So if they've got 1, it will move down 1 every time the start of their go comes. That seems to go slow. It starts at 25. But when 4, 5 or 6 players are taking treasures and every go the air is decreasing, it starts to feel a lot faster. The other thing is, for every treasure they take a number off what they roll. So rolling a 4 with 1 treasure would be 3, rolling a 4 with 2 treasures would be 2, and so on. So suddenly you need to be in this group of players to get back up to the ship quickly and efficiently. If you do not make it back to the ship, any treasures you've collected sink down to the bottom into piles of 3. These piles of 3 then count as only 1 treasure, but you combine their scores. So you might have a various tokens like that, which is actually quite an attractive proposition. At the end of the round, when all players have made it back to the submarine, which they must declare before they roll the dice, you have to declare, I'm going back up, and you cannot change direction once you have. So once you've declared you're going back up, you must go up. If they've all either made it to the submarine or the air has run out, then everyone's still underwater, loses all their treasures to the bottom, so you may have piles of 3 like this, and every ruin token comes out of the game and the route is shortened. So on the second and third goes, this is played over 3 rounds, it is much easier to get to the more valuable treasures. The air is reset, everyone goes back up to the submarine, and you play another round. After 3 rounds, you count up all the values of the treasures you have, and the winner is the player with the most points. That is Deep Sea Adventure. There is a story that I heard when I was little about a young boy on the beach who is collecting seashells. He literally has his hands full of seashells. He's got so many seashells that he can't carry anything else, and he looks in the water and he sees the most perfect starfish, but he's unwilling to put down what he has got to get that starfish, because he has to put down everything in his hand, which is all the seashells, but he wants starfish as well. That kind of tale of the conflict of human greed encapsulates this game. This is a game that brings out one of the worst aspects of humanity, greed. If I just push it one more go, I might get to those treasures that no one else has dared go to. Of course, everyone else might be making their way back up to the submarine, and like I said in my overview, once people have got more than one treasure, that air starts ticking out fast. So do you play it safe? Do you grab the first couple of treasures that you land on, meaning that everyone else has to be quick because that air's already counted down, or do you wait and see what everyone else does, and if no one else grabs a treasure on their first go, we'll play the second go and almost dare someone to take that first treasure, because as long as someone doesn't, you've all got a fair chance of going out. Or if you're at the front of the pack, do you start taking treasures every time you land because you're nearest to the submarine, and that's going to make everyone else less likely to be able to get back? For such a small box game, this is the size of the box. This game offers a lot of fun and a lot of gameplay, and already has become one of my most played games after only owning it a short while, because it plays quick, it's easy to teach, the components are nice enough, and I can take it wherever I go with me in that small box. It's not a perfect game. It is a game of luck. It's a push your luck game. You're constantly trying to take that one more turn to beat your opponents. Also, someone can quite easily wreck the game by just taking treasures every turn, so they've got more and more treasures, and they can't actually move because of the dice, but they just want to stop you winning, so they can just keep taking treasures up to about 6, and then the air's almost done in a matter of goes and no one has time to get back up. That can happen, but to be honest, if they're playing that strategy, if they played it once and you suspect them doing it again, there's ways to combat it. The intimidation factor in this game is very low. Oink Games do these fantastic 2-sheet instruction manuals which pretty much covered everything I'd want to know. I think I had to check one thing, but I would have assumed it the right way anyway. The fun here is brilliant. For such a small box to offer 6 players such a good time. Yes, they're comparatively expensive for what they offer, but if you see them on deal, as I did, if you see this one on a deal, it is well worth picking up, because the entertainment that you'll get from this simple push your luck game is well worth the payoff, in my opinion. Or you may want to deep dive further into that game store and see if you can escape with a much bigger board game. Thematic review. That is Deep Sea Adventure. Thank you very much for watching Board Deck and Dice. We will see you next time.